I remembered that Poe was into hypnotism, but I also remembered it was called something different back then. I couldn't remember what until I did an online search on my phone. It was called mesmerism, after the inventor Franz Mesmer. Now, Mesmer sounds like a kook to us today because, well, he kind of was. His ideas were pretty kooky anyway. He believed in some kind of invisible force or something. It sounds about as scientific as astrology, but he was onto something with his mesmerism. Poe became interested and even wrote a story about it. So we've got Poe writing about choosing words to manipulate people in his poetry and studying phrenology and mesmerism. He wrote about getting into people's heads, not to suggest things to them, but to discover what they were thinking. Talking to his cousin in his office, Professor specifically mentioned one of Poe's works, and I remember seeing a picture of Poe on his wall. Had he learned something from Poe, connected some dots in Poe's writings and mesmerism and other stuff, and came to his own eureka? I started to think that Professor was really onto something he had learned from studying Poe. So here I was, sitting in my car, after hearing Professor say all of these mysterious things to his cousin. If he really was onto something, how could I figure out what it was? He said he was going to San Francisco for a big deal. But when and where? Then I got an idea. I started up my car, drove to the parking lot outside of Professor's office, and waited for him to come out. When he did, I secretly followed him to his house. When I saw his neighborhood and then his huge house, I knew he was making bank on whatever secret he had discovered. I made a note of the address as I drove by and parked in the lot for the neighborhood clubhouse a few blocks away. I took a few deep breaths. This was it. Now I'm almost used to this kind of thing. But back then, just a few days ago, this whole thing of secretly recording a conversation and trailing someone home was new to me. Now I was planning to sneak into his house. And I was going to do it while he was still home.